Hello, this is Miss Anders, and I am going to describe to you the properties of parallelograms. So, a parallelogram is a type of quadrilateral, and it is a specific type of quadrilateral that must meet all of the following criteria. The first criteria is that if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then opposite sides are congruent. And what we mean by congruent is that opposite sides will have the same length. So notice here that we have side AB and side DC, side AB and side DC. So those two sides must be the same length. And then we also have side AD and side BC. So those two sides must also be the same length. The next property of parallelograms is that if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then opposite angles are congruent. So notice here that we have four angles, angle A, B, C, D. Notice that two of the angles are acute angles, angle B and angle D, and two of the angles are obtuse angles, angle A and angle C. So it would make sense that the two acute angles, angle B and angle D, would be congruent. And that the two obtuse angles, angle A and angle C, would be congruent. The next property of parallelograms is that if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then consecutive angles are supplementary. Consecutive angles are angles that are side by side. So angles D and C are consecutive angles, and angles A and B are consecutive angles. And what we mean by the word supplementary is that they add up to 180 degrees. So what we can say here is that the measure of angle D plus the measure of angle C equals 180 degrees. And the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B also equals 180 degrees. Not only that, but we notice here that A and D and B and C are also supplementary. So we can also say that the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle D equals 180 degrees, and the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C equals 180 degrees. The last property of a parallelogram is that if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then the diagonals bisect each other. So what we mean by diagonals are the segments that connect opposite angles. So one of the diagonals would go from B to D, and the other diagonal would go from A to C. And the word bisect means that we would cut that segment in two equal halves. So when we draw the two diagonals, they cut one another in half. So notice that they intersect right here at this point, but that intersection creates four different smaller segments. So we would have to name that intersection. So let's name it E, since we haven't used that name yet. So we can see here that AE and CE have the same length. And we can also see here that DE and BE have the same length. Now here's a little warning. We cannot assume that the diagonals are the same length. The only time that the diagonals will be the same length is if the parallelogram is a square. and it's very rare that your parallelogram will be a square. That's a big mistake that students will make. Some students will assume that AE and DE are the same, but that's not the case unless the parallelogram is a square. So one more time, let's look at these properties of parallelograms. The first property is that if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then opposite sides are congruent. If a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then opposite angles are congruent. If a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then consecutive angles are supplementary. And if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then the diagonals bisect each other. I'll also mention before we go that since this is a parallelogram, opposite sides must be parallel. And that comes from the definition of a parallelogram. And these little triangle marks are the parallel indicators. So since, well, let's put it like this. From the definition of a parallelogram, opposite sides must be parallel. So if you have a four-sided figure where opposite sides are parallel, then you have a parallelogram, and that figure meets all four of these criteria automatically.